I knew I had to really pray to God to help me see myself through his eyes so that I could show up as her every single day. Hey beautiful souls, welcome back. This is Bree Wise Style and I'm Bree, and in today's video we're going to be talking about something that's really close to my heart, and it has to do with the journey that I've been on of self-discovery, reinventing myself, and falling in love with myself again, and the journey of just rebuilding my confidence. And I just hope that it inspires you to be able to do the same thing so that you can go and take action steps towards the things that you really want in life. Okay, so if you've watched any of my videos, I know that you know that I was in a whole different lifestyle. I was a basketball player and was that for almost like 16 years of my life. So from the time where I was 6, 7 years old to the time I went to college as a freshman. Like, I played basketball from AAU to high school to summer leagues to all different kinds of camps or whatever it is. I played basketball my entire life. It's very big in my family. And I remember just wanting to tap into what I really wanted to do. I felt like I was doing it for my family. And I know a lot of times we are on this path to rediscovering ourselves just as children into adulthood, where we really just want to impress or get the acknowledgement or get the approval of the people closest to us, whether it be your family or a mentor or someone you look up to. And that's great, you know, when you're a child, but as you become an adult, you really have to figure out what it is that you really love, what it is that makes you wake up every morning excited to do. And it was really hard, just navigating that, because I didn't want to disappoint the people that I love, the people I was closest to, which was my family. I remember just being so scared, taking that leap of faith and leaving the college basketball team that I was playing with as a freshman after Midnight Madness, killing it, and telling my parents and my family that I no longer wanted to play basketball, but that I actually wanted to become a model, work in fashion, and style other people, like put clothes on other people. I mean, of course, you know, a lot of people, past generations, they feel like, you know, you get the 9 to 5. I was going to school for business, but I was also playing basketball. But coming from a basketball family, you can make a career out of it. Like, I knew that I could potentially make a career out of playing basketball, and that's just not what I wanted to do. And that was just the scariest thing for me. So a part of that separation, I can feel and say to this day, had to do with an insecurity and lack of confidence in knowing that I could step out on my own and do something that I really wanted to do without needing the approval or acknowledgement of the people who I love the most. So that's one form that I feel like confidence can play in and trigger you. But also relationships. As we get older, we have relationships, whether it be family, whether it be romantic relationships, where they do trigger something in you, or you feel a lack of confidence there. And maybe, you know, there are bad relationships where there's emotionally not healthy for you to be in, physically not healthy for you to be in, and that can start to chip away at your confidence too. So I just first want to start this off by saying all the different things that can play a part in the lack of confidence or insecurities that we may have. And then another one I know for sure is social media, y'all. Like, social media, I feel like I'm in both sides of it, because when I first, you know, was a teenager, there we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have Twitter, we didn't have all these things. I got Instagram and Twitter and all that when I was in college. And it's like now this generation has that. So I see both sides of like how it can trigger people's mental, and sometimes even feeling like, oh my God, this person is where I thought I would be already, or oh my goodness, you know, they're having relationship goals, or oh my goodness, they have the career that they want, they're traveling all these different places and I'm not. And a lot of times that can trigger at your mental. So that's another way that your confidence can just get chipped at. It's literally like a comparison trap. Like, you see the red carpets, you see the flyness, you see all these things, and it makes you wonder, like, okay, it makes you reevaluate and look at yourself in a way that you should not be. Just think about when we didn't have social media and we didn't have so much access to other people. We were just happy with where we were. We had our family, we had our friends, we had, you know, our careers, we had our creativity, we had who we are as people without outside influence. And that is something that I feel like we all as individuals and people should get back to, like, be able to navigate and balance and turn those triggers off when it comes to how much access you give to the outside world and how much you're actually putting into yourself. So with all that, I feel like the turning point came when I decided to really rebuild myself. I was like, you know what? I can't keep allowing myself to feel less than or not confident in my worth, my value, the things that I bring to the table. Even with me styling certain people, working with different brands, from the outside looking in, yes, I was doing those things, but on the inside, it did not feel the way that I thought it should feel. And that became the turning point for me when I realized, like, I'm doing all these amazing things, but it doesn't feel that way. I literally just remember, like, crying out to God, like, God, help me rebuild my confidence. The confidence I had when I was a point guard, leading multiple teams, scoring 1,000 points in 2 years, working with all these brands, where the point where I could build businesses and I helped other people build businesses. And I was just doing the things, the actions. Where is that inside? Because I feel like it's falling. It's not there anymore. Where is the person inside of me that had the confidence to move to New York and LA by myself twice and build such, and not experience, but also build such a portfolio or just experiences in life that has molded me into the person I am today? Where's that person with that confidence? God, please help me find her again. Help me find my voice again. Because sometimes I feel like when you work behind the scenes for so long, you start to feel like that. Like, you're styling all these people, you're doing all these things, but you also have to be in a position where you're helping other people. But you also have to be in a position where you're doing the same and giving the same to yourself. Like, a lot, I mean, as an empath, I am an empath. I think a lot of times it's a give, 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 or always taking care of others and being there for others. But it comes to a point where you do it so much where you have to learn how to do it for yourself. Doing for myself to the point where when I put something on, I just feel so confident in who I am, and not just the things that I'm doing, but who I am as a person. I really think the consistency of God testing me multiple times until I got to the point where it was like, okay, you gonna keep going through these same tests, or you gonna switch your mindset and do other things so that you're not in the same position over and over again, is how things started to really shift in my brain. Like, okay, you know what? I can't keep putting myself in these situations. You can keep pointing the finger so many times until you really realize that a part of it is yourself. A part of it is you allowing certain things to happen, or allowing yourself to be put in situations where you know from all these tests that you've been in that it's not healthy or a good situation for you to be in. Like, yeah, like, I really prayed, God, help me find that person. Who is that? Where is that young girl that was so confident in herself that she was able to just do and be and give no you know what's, like, give none? Where is she at? The girl that no longer let the outside world get into her inside world and stepped into the confidence that she truly had. I knew I had to really pray to God to help me see myself through his eyes so that I could show up as her every single day. That's where prayer changes everything. And I even did a video on that. Like, prayer really changes everything. Being consistent with prayer and meditating and journaling, praying out my journals and expressing how I feel so that I can really tap into who I am and understand why I'm feeling the way I feel, or just to really understand who I am has been one of the pivotal tools that help me shift my life, my mindset, and show up as the confident, true version of myself, which is really who God has created us to be. He didn't create us to be, scared or fear-based or, self-doubting ourselves. And a lot of times we do that and don't even realize it. And I think it's something that we struggle with every single day. No matter how confident we are, there's so many celebrities, because I know you guys, if you're watching, and listening to fashion videos, you're watching that too. But there are so many celebrities that talk about self-sabotaging and how they reach a certain status or level and they're like, I don't think I deserve this, or they're like self-sabotaging themselves to the point where they mess up, or they don't actually go after what they really want, or they just feel guilt. You got to snap out of that mindset. And I really do feel like praying and journaling and being consistent with that has changed and been such a great tool. Also, listening to music, meditating, listening to podcasts, reading, always reading something that would help with personal development and better understanding myself and understanding other people. Like, when I tell you, I loved psychology when I was in school, and it's something that I continue to study every day, not just to understand and navigate and be better in my relationships, but also my relationship with myself and my relationship with God. I know that reading certain books and really, how some books will have like sections in it, it will give you time to actually journal or actually think about and process what they're saying and do like a worksheet. Books like that have been very, very helpful too. And also for me, like working with other people and seeing that, helping them through style, which in turn also became me helping them personally as well, diving deep into who they are, what their goals are, what they may be struggling with, actually came out through the consultations or through styling people, which is what tapped me into, life coaching and also styling. So realizing that I loved helping people in that way, and from it being the inside out, was also something that was a great tool that has helped me build my confidence, because I can see the value that I'm giving to other people. Those are the things that I would say really, really has helped with transforming my mindset and helping me overcome some of those things. And I look for ways to really improve my day every day, and also things that make me smile, make me light up. I chase the feeling of feeling good. So no matter what, I'm always understanding the things that can do to shift my mindset should something throw me off. So that's why even like having a morning routine is so important to me. Literally waking up every morning, meditating, journaling and praying, doing something physical, working out, like those are the things that really set the tone for every day. It's those little things that I can do that I know, should I get shifted or thrown off, I know where I can come back and center to. So say something happens, I'll go to my journal and I'll just start writing in the middle of the day, even if I've already done it, just to navigate where those feelings are coming from, how I can prove that, and how I can shift that energy or mindset of maybe not feeling so good to get back on track with the feelings of being grateful and being happy for where I am. Being grateful is one of the biggest things that will also help you, navigate and be more confident. Just seeing and being appreciative of all the things that you have around you. Yeah, maybe one thing may be off, but what about all the little blessings, all the major blessings that you have in front of you? Like, we really have to be tapped into seeing how grateful and blessed we truly are, because there are so many people that are in so many other unfortunate situations, and it's like, not to compare yours with someone else, but just really see how grateful you really, really are, and how much grace you've been given. And let's not forget about vision boards. Y'all know I love me a good vision board, and it's something great to have not just for styling mood boards, which is really the same thing, but it's like getting what's in your head out so you can physically see it and have it be a reminder. So creating vision boards of the life that I truly desire, which those desires came from God placing them in my heart, to actually see them physically and have that in front of me as a reminder when I'm working, or have that as a reminder when I'm maybe going through something, or have it just be something that I can see and see the steps that I've taken in order to already achieve some of the things that are on my vision board. It's like having a vision board will keep you centered. Even when, you know, you have moments where you're stuck in your head, you can look at that. There's a book that I was reading, and it was just saying in regards to visually seeing things in your mind and then meditating on it. And it said, like, you have a dollar bill and you put $100,000 on it and you put it on your ceiling, and when you wake up every morning you look at that and you just envision your life and what it would look like should you have $100,000 in your bank account. What would your lifestyle look like? How would you wake up every morning? What would your routine be? Who would be there in your life? What kind of home would you be in? What would your everyday life look like if you had that? And by visualizing and seeing that dollar, the $100,000 that you wrote on the ceiling, it just puts you in a mindset of, okay, when I see this, I know what I need to be thinking about, and it'll put me in a state of excitement, of anticipation, just knowing that I'm on the right path to that, because it was something in me that made me write on that dollar bill what was in my heart at that moment, and I can see that come into life. Little things like that will help you stay on track, and even gives you little inspiration and spurts of like, oh my goodness, there's something that I can do towards, you know, what I have on my vision board today. Like 2 to 3 steps every single day towards your goal, even though they may look like very small steps, those steps add up. Those steps add up. Even with this YouTube channel, like, I had like 8 followers, but I was consistent every day for a year. And in less than a year, it grew to 1,000. And now it increases with like people that come in and people who send me comments or subscribers. And, you know, even looking at the number from 8 to 1,000, and just to see by me being consistent and taking little steps 2 to 3 times a day, how over that span of time I've become monetized. I'm now reaching people that I had no access to. I'm now helping other people that I never knew even existed, and we're building real relationships and helping each other in different ways. Little do you know, as I help you, you're also helping me. So little 2 to 3 steps every single day add up. And I use that example as just numbers. Like 2 to 3 steps of me doing something added up to 10 to 15 to 20 to now 50 to now 60 people every week that subscribe or tune in. And that's just an example to say, like, 2 to 3 steps every single day. And yeah, maybe you get thrown off, maybe you go on vacation, maybe you're not in the mood, but getting back into your routine and taking 2 to 3 steps every single day, writing down how you're grateful for what you have, gratitude notes, all those things, praying, meditating, journaling, the tools are going to end in results, y'all. Like, it's literally, it may not look like it that day and time, but you are making massive, massive steps towards the life that you desire. So falling in love with myself became a deliberate practice for me. Like, you know, I feel like a lot of times putting so much into other things, we neglect putting time and energy into ourselves. Even to think of, you know, we work out our bodies, we have muscles, we have things in our bodies to stretch and build. The same thing is in our minds and in our heart. And are we feeding those things the same way that we feed ourselves food? Are we feeding ourselves the same way that we, you know, work out and build muscle, take the Pilates classes, get the abs, all that? Are we feeding that same energy into our mind and our hearts? Like, it became a deliberate practice for me to work all areas of my life, all areas, my mind, body, and soul, emotionally, everything. And that's drinking my water, working out, going for walks. Like I said, all the other things too, but the things that made me happy and I could tell were helping me feel good from the inside out are the things that really changed my life. And that was a process to falling in love with myself, falling in love with yourself and doing it consistently. Working on yourself is going to build your confidence. Sometimes that may look like minding my business and drinking my water. That may look like, you know, maybe shutting down and just spending some time with myself rather than going out. Or that may look like loneliness. That may look like, you know, where's everybody when I thought I had all these friends? Well, it may look like people falling off, falling out of your life. And that's okay, because that is just showing you that you're growing. And it's also showing you that the level that you're going to, everybody's not going to be there. They're not supposed to be there. That can be sad sometimes, but we have to mourn that to know that it's taking us to another area in our life of more abundance and more, you know, success, no matter what success looks like to you, whether it's financially, health, you know, your business, your mindset. It's abundance in areas where you needed to let go of certain things in order to receive what's next for you. And when I say them affirmations that come into my phone every day from Affirm, I love that app. It's like a constant reminder of telling yourself that I'm that girl. Like I'm her. I am confident in who I am. I am who God says I am. All that God says I am, I already am. Like those affirmations on that app are everything. And they are also little things that help build and uplifted me in moments where I didn't even need it. Sometimes I feel like these phones are listening. No, I know these phones are listening. There are times where I'm like going through something and it'll say affirmation to me that I know was for me. And I'm like, how did they know that? Like, it's so weird, but I'm telling you, constant affirmations, gratitude affirmations, those are so powerful in feeding yourself the good things that you really need to uplift your spirit. And so I just say all this to say, it may look like something on the outside inside, but it took a lot for some people to get where they are and have that confidence. Yes, I've been criticized. Yes, I've fallen short in some businesses. Yes, I've lost confidence through, you know, seeing stuff on social media at times and feeling like, oh my God, why am I not this? Why am I not that? We've all gone through things that have gotten to us, but it takes that mindset shift to overcome what you feed yourself from the outside world. Really tap into how you feel about yourself and how you love yourself and how you love on yourself, how you give to yourself, how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself. That is what is going to change the trajectory of your life, and it's going to help you elevate in so many ways. And so that is what helped me become the woman that I am today, and I'm continue to growing and evolving because I'm consistently doing those things every single day in order to become the best version of myself. All those things that I faced, all the ups and the downs, they really did fuel me into tapping in and rediscovering and falling in love with myself, because I knew that something had to change in order for me to live the lifestyle, to have the abundance, to be the person that I truly wanted to be. Now let's talk about practical steps that you can take. I know I probably said a bunch of them throughout this video, but just some practical steps that you can take firsthand on this journey to self-love and self-discovery. So the first step is really tap into figuring out what brings you joy. What are the things that make you light up? Like, what are the things that you feel make you blissful inside? Like, what makes you happy? The second thing, create a vision for yourself, whether it be what's in your head, putting it on a vision board. What is your vision? What is the vision that you see for yourself, the life that you want to live? And get into detail with that. Where are you living? What kind of car are you? Maybe you don't even know the state you're living, but what does the house look like? Who's around you? Are you married? Are you running your own business? Are you styling people? Do you have kids? Do you have a dog? Like, what are the things? What does your life, what's your morning routine? What are the things that are on your vision board? Put that on there so you can see it. It's not just in your head. You can actually see what you envision your life to look like. And then third, practice self-care. What does self-care look like for you? Is that going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week, or going for walks? Is that drinking your water and minding your business and not being on Instagram commenting to stuff that you shouldn't even be on there commenting to? Or is that like reading books and personal development, things that you can do to really understand yourself and fall in love with yourself? What does that look like? Is that having a skincare routine? I'm all here for skincare routines and putting a mask on, an eye mask, or getting my nails done, my hair. When you get your hair done, you feel like a totally new person. I do with this side part. Like, it makes you feel so good. What is that for you? And then really take the time to sit with God. Ask him, what is the vision that you have for me? If you're not even sure yourself, sit and ask him that. He'll tell you, he'll show you. Ask, what's the vision that you have for me? What is it that my life should look like? How am I helping other people? How am I helping myself? How am I being of value to other people and to myself? Like, what do you have in store for me? What are the desires of my heart? And I promise you, he will tell you that. Now, it may not come overnight. It may not come in a week. It may not even come in a month or a year. But as long as you're taking those steps, little things will be revealed to you. There will be signs. You will know exactly what the desires of your heart are, because they're going to make you feel good. Chase that feeling. If something feels off, recognize what that is and sit with why that feels off. Ask those questions. Why does this feel off? What is it in me that is triggering? But when it feels good, do the same thing. We're so quick to think about and dwell on the things that don't feel good rather than the things that do feel good. And when we shift and put our focus on the things that really do feel good and how we got in that state and continue to chase that, we will consistently feel better and better. So ask him those questions. Ask him, what do you have in store for me? What does my life look like? Also, set those affirmations on your phone. The Affirm app, I'll leave the link down below. They're very, very helpful. Even it's another one called something sunshine. I'll put that one down below too. But I love Affirm. I have it as a widget on my. Are you okay? The Affirm app, and it says something Eternal Sunshine. That's the one. That's a good app with affirmations. Put those affirmations on your phone. Like I said, I have a widget on my phone for Affirm. So not only is it's stuck on my phone when I like turn the light on, but also when I scroll up, I can see the other affirmations that came throughout the day that maybe I missed. So set those Affirm affirmations on your phone too. So yeah, rebuilding your confidence. It is a process, y'all, but it is so beautiful when you actually are in the action steps of doing it, taking those 2 to 3 steps a day. Like, it feels so rewarding to myself just to be able to see me moving in the direction of the desires that are in my heart and seeing results from it. The results, like I said, didn't come overnight, but I can consistently see them evolving because I've been consistent with working on myself every single day. I can see the results. I feel the results. It's amazing. And I want you to feel the same way too. Like, I want you to be so confident when you're going after your dreams and your goals, when you are creating your vision board and you're like, I know I'm about to get that place. I know I'm about to get that car. I know I'm about to be traveling here. I know I'm about to have the great relationships. I know I'm going to be so confident in myself that when I reach out to somebody, who wouldn't want to work with me? That's the mindset you got to have. And I want you to feel that way. I know that you can get that way as long as you're consistent with how you treat yourself, the things that you say to yourself, and all the love that you're giving yourself. Just love on yourself. When you love on yourself, that is going to build your confidence. Just give yourself the grace. Give yourself grace to know that it's a process. You're going to get through it. Yeah, okay, there'll be days when you're having your moment. Snap out of it. It's this song. It's called Only One Night Though. It's a gospel song, but that song Only One Night Though is only one night. You cry only one night. You go through whatever you're going through, but the next day, only one night, you feel that way. You wake up and you shift that mindset and you go after. Give yourself that grace. That's all I ask of you. So I do want to thank you guys for joining me in this video. I hope that it helps you. I hope that if you know someone who may need a video to see or whatever it is, share it with them. And I just hope it inspires you to just take that leap of faith in self-love and care on yourself. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.